on to what like enlivens you, if that's a word. Going after your desires with enthusiasm, maybe even a sense of humor. Scorpio Sagittarius energy. And holding on to what's yours while doing it. There's no love here. Or somebody's been lying about their feelings or suppressing their feelings, or maybe somebody doesn't love themselves. Yeah, there's no love here with this Emperor, with this father figure. They don't have feelings, or they're hiding their feelings, or they're trying to control somebody's emotions, or very interesting reading. Okay, yeah. Something, we're getting 444, Scorpio. You're very protected with something here. This social dynamic is actually causing things to be critically unsafe within your home. Something's going on within your home, Spirit wants you to know about, that isn't safe. It's disharmony. It's, the foundation is not sturdy. And that. I don't think that's literal. It could be, but it's indicative of. And we're getting 444 right here. Yeah, it's saying that you're protected at this time to travel and go after what you truly desire, regardless of what anybody thinks about it. Because we're getting 444 around the Knight of Wands. So it's like you're surrounded by spirits protecting you right now. So if somebody's been trying to keep you, yeah. So in the environment right now, somebody's watching somebody be happy, or they're watching something that's being illuminated here, and they're seeing why there's stability, or why somebody left home, or why they're seeing something about some kind of conflict. 5 of Wands. Okay, some kind of competitive energy or conflict, external conflict. And they're seeing why somebody left home, or why their foundation wasn't feeling secure. It felt unsafe. Or why there was disharmony in a partnership. Yeah, something's being illuminated. Somebody's seeing this. I don't know if this is online. Yeah. Somebody here is victorious after a friend or a third party interference, narcissist, Gemini again here. Got somebody to leave. Somebody's still victorious, or maybe they won like temporarily. Somebody here could have a platform. They can have like some kind of fame or recognition here. They could be very successful. What's the hope and or fear here? Somebody's afraid of they're either afraid they're going to lose all their money, or they're not going to get an inheritance, or there's going to be problems with money. Somebody has a very strong fear. Yeah, they're very guarded when it comes to money, or like a poverty mindset. Somebody's worried. Oh, wow. Somebody feels betrayed that somebody's healing? What? Why? Somebody should never feel betrayed. Healing has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with somebody's nervous system. Like, you should always hope for somebody's healing. So whoever that is, they're very toxic. Probably this Page of Cups in reverse. Possible outcome. Yeah. Somebody here could have kids, 2 kids maybe. I'm getting 3 pages on the board, maybe even 3. In the outcome, somebody's going to be very sad and feel like in regret, because there's going to be some kind of big money loss due to a very childish, rebellious, indifferent energy. This could be a earth or water sign, potentially a lover that they need to leave. This lover is a bad friend. It could be a Queen of Cups who's been causing this conflict. This could be like a part of somebody's dysfunctional family dynamic, or this could be a dysfunctional yeah, this person lied or cheated or something. They're caught. Or a sweetheart is looking at this and they see there was a third party lover here that caused all of this chaos and got somebody to leave. Yeah, and it's not a dream come true. It's very sad. Somebody has had to fight for themselves. It could be being seen online, this abuse. How somebody was abusive and left somebody out in the cold. Okay, somebody could have ghosted somebody and tried to dominate them or their life. Heavy on the Capricorn? Maybe it had to do with their reputation too. Maybe somebody tried to abuse like somebody's reputation or their career. And somebody has fought back, a sweetheart. Or there's a Queen of Cups that pretends to be a sweetheart and they're actually the devil, and this is who you need to leave this whatever this darkness is. Somebody's like possessed. There's a dark entity here. They need to close this out and fight for themselves. Yeah, because they're going the wrong way here. Chariot in reverse. They're expanding in the wrong direction here. Yep. They're not trusting their intuition. Somebody here is deceptive. They're manipulative. They're not to be trusted. It's like somebody's expanding in the wrong direction. Okay, literally. We got the Chariot in reverse. We got the High Priestess in reverse. Something's very dark here, Scorpio. Where is Scorpio in all this? Okay, before I do that, strongest energies, Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. All right, let's find out where you are in all of this. Make sure you guys are following me, because around now is when sometimes I get like randomly disconnected, y'all. And I'll sign right back on if that happens. Okay, where's Scorpio? Confused, stuck in an illusion. Somebody could be on, yeah. Somebody's confused because there's somebody here that's trying to put an ending towards what's fair, towards what's justice. A Queen of Cups. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, feminine Scorpio, or if this is you and you're the villain in the story, but there's a Queen of Cups who is, give me more on this Queen of Cups. They're trying to end justice. And they have you in a confused state here. This could be one of your options, or they have you in an illusion. Yeah. This Queen of Cups is part of a social dynamic. Give me more on the Queen of Cups. Oops. This person's trying to escape going to jail. Yeah. That's the truth. Okay. Very interesting reading. Okay, why? Why are they? Yeah, because that's why they're trying to put death to justice. Because justice means them going to jail. They're trying to escape a trap. What is this trap having to do with? What did they do? They did something wrong. They did something wrong here. What did they do? They communicated something, or they... Okay, what did they communicate? It closed out some kind of a cycle, whatever they said. And it made you lose out on an opportunity. But this was only because they were trying to avoid a tower. They didn't want any more energy put into this. Okay. This came out this came out either the day before yesterday or yesterday. So the Queen of Cups is actually Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? There's no attraction. It's because they weren't getting attention. They felt unattractive. This is actually a very greedy, superficial energy. They were trying to avoid like a change, something built on ego and lies, and they didn't want to face it. And so they said something that caused a cycle to end to get somebody to lose out on a blessing or an opportunity here. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. And it's like you're over here confused, so maybe you don't know who to believe. The Empress, that's who you should believe. They're coming out in the upright. So this is a fake sweetheart who's actually a distorted earth sign feminine. A gold digger. This is somebody who would do many things for money. So that could give you a clue. They would probably sell their body for money. The Empress is a divine feminine. They're a boss. They run their own business maybe. They could be a mother. This is somebody who would never do the things that this Queen of Pentacles in reverse would do. They're the ones that, yeah, this is a gold digger. This is a prostitute. Whoever this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is, they played you. They acted like a Queen of Cups. And now they're trying to destroy justice. Look at this. They're trying to send an ending towards justice. That's never right. Yeah. This is some kind of skilled manipulation. Oh boy. And they have you over here confused in an illusion. That's where you're at. Yeah, this prostitute gold digger has you all confused about an Empress. What did they say to get somebody to close out a cycle with an Empress? Yeah, they got somebody to leave somebody out in the cold and abandon them. What did they say? So maybe this is the mature woman. There's a message of concern from an Empress about a relationship. Yeah, you should listen to that. You should really, really pay attention because, yeah, this is a misaligned collaboration. Somebody could have tried to bring problems to somebody's work. What did, somebody said that they shouldn't work with somebody, or that you were trying to bring problems to somebody's work. But they weren't. The Empress has their own business. Why would they do that? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, they said to hold back from somebody. They said that somebody was greedy and trying to be possessive and that they were envious. But that's not true. Why would an Empress be envious of a prostitute? That doesn't even make sense. No offense. I'm not trying to knock, you know, Smex workers, but I'm just saying, like, doesn't even make logical, rational sense. This Empress would never do the things that this other person would do for money, ever. They have too much class. They love themselves too much. They're not insecure like that. Yeah, there's something you need to think about. Another 4. The 4s are coming out. This person has no follow-through and they're non-committal. That can give you another clue. Yeah, they don't have any follow-through with this 2 of Cups. So if they have you in illusion, pretending that you're in a, like, equal give and take relationship, you're not. They just wanted you to lose out on an opportunity if you left them. If you had courage to leave. This is a trauma bond or something. Yeah, exactly. You're being breadcrumbed. They just didn't want you to give to this Empress. They wanted you to be corrupt and selfish towards them. Yeah, look. They wanted you to betray this Empress and come off as corrupt, opportunistic, and betray this Empress by spreading misinformation and lies. Just so that they could get out of their head. They're under judgment for this. Yeah, the devil. They're caught. They're caught. And you see this if you look. It's like you were with the right person. There's a reason why they oppressed or they got you to do something so impulsive. You're going to see that if you take a look. You need to be alone to do this. Wow. Yeah, so you were with an Emperor. You could be a very good looking masculine. Maybe you have fire in your chart somewhere. Yeah, wow. This is a huge opportunity in Empress. That's that mature woman for sure. Yeah, you're going to catch somebody. You're going to see that somebody was just trying to dominate you. And if you notice the difference, see these two cards, y'all? They look very similar. Look at the difference, though. There's no chains on these lovers. There's a sun. Sorry, my hands are a little shaky from the caffeine from the tea. But look, there's a sun. Here you have the devil dominating these lovers with chains. Okay? And here there's an angel. Here's Lucifer. They wanted to dominate you but make it look like you're in a happy relationship. It was some kind of skilled manipulation. You're going to catch them in this. And hopefully it's going to make you want to do something really impulsive regarding a relationship. I can't believe you. Why did you listen to this person? Over an Empress. Did you just know this person longer or what? Did they play on your childhood fears? What did they do? Why did you believe this fake Queen of Cups, which is really a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, who's using you for your money? With a smile on their face, acting like a damsel and a sweetheart, but they're not. This person would sell their soul for money. They do anything for money. Clearly. Hold up. There you go. Yep, here she is again. They said that they needed help with money, maybe? Yeah. Okay, they said that they had another feminine for you, maybe? Or that... Oh, they tried to make... Wow, they tried to make... Wow, what a shady biatch, y'all. Huh. So they tried to project onto the Empress that the Empress was like a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Somebody that's jealous, insecure. No, an Empress is not... To build an empire, you can't be insecure. It doesn't make any sense. The reason how you can tell is that this person would never have the confidence to do what the Empress has already cultivated. It's just logic. Like whoever this Empress is, they've already built something. Like some kind of very sturdy foundation, some kind of very sturdy reputation, some kind of success, some kind of business, something. And it's very solid. Like, why the hell would they be chaotic and jealous and in competition with this person? You can't compete where you don't compare, and I don't mean to be harsh, but like this is somebody that doesn't have something of value in their hand, so they would likely rather steal it from somebody that does. And they made it look like, while pretending to be Queen of Cups in the upright, which is a sweetheart, they're not. They're not a sweetheart. This is a fake kindness. Somebody that's a sweetheart wouldn't laugh at somebody's mental health, ever. Even if they're an enemy. Somebody that's a sweetheart would never make fun of things that are serious and not funny. So that's another clue as to who you're dealing with. This is somebody that would. This is somebody that makes fun. They're false. They're nice. They're not kind. They're not actually a sweetheart. That's probably why they're so angry at the Divine Feminine, because they actually are. And they tried to make it seem like they were like a Black Widow, dark witch that causes chaos. They're not. They would never. This is somebody that doesn't chase. This is somebody with their own business that they tried to project that onto. No, look at who's giving you this advice. What do they have to stand for that they have done for themselves or they've made of themselves? I'll wait. Exactly, nothing. Yep, they're actually really stressed out because they misjudged somebody. They didn't expect this Divine Feminine to stand up for themselves, and so they're caught, and they can't defend their actions. Look, this is what I'm talking about. 9 of Wands in the reverse, 7 of Swords in the reverse. So that's your reading, Scorpio. So you're going to have to contend with, because I feel like they successfully won very momentarily in getting you to turn your back on an Empress. Okay, so that's definitely not your grandest moment if that's the case. I don't know how they did that. That's some really skilled manipulation, because if you just take a look from the outside looking in, it's probably take 5 minutes to decipher this. Really. So that's your reading, babes.